Imagine this. You're 12 years old. You still sleep with a candle near your bed because shadows make you uneasy. You still hold your dress with both hands when you run, and you still believe adults know what's best for you. But suddenly, you're told you're no longer a child. You're a wife, and soon you must become a mother. This wasn't a nightmare. This was the real life of Margaret Beaufort, a girl born into the cold machinery of medieval politics. From the moment she could walk, powerful men watched her future like hawks. Not because they loved her, but because she carried a fortune in land and titles. She was valuable, and in those days, value meant control. At 6 years old, she was led into her first marriage, a ceremony she didn't understand, surrounded by adults planning alliances she couldn't even pronounce. They dressed her in fine silk, but not even the softest fabric could hide the truth. She had just been traded like property. That marriage ended, but not to give her childhood back. It ended because someone more influential wanted her. Edmund Tudor, a man far older, far stronger, and far more ambitious. And when Margaret turned 12, he claimed her as his wife. 12. An age where she should have been learning stories, not living one written by others. Soon after, she became pregnant. Her small frame struggled to carry the weight, and every step reminded her that her world was no longer her own. Childbirth for grown women in the medieval era was dangerous. For a 12-year-old, it was nearly fatal. As she lay in labor, surrounded by midwives whispering prayers rather than instructions, she understood something no child should ever learn. Survival was not guaranteed. She lived, barely, but the birth scarred her so deeply she could never bear another child. And yet the world celebrated. A son had been born, and that was all anyone cared about. Margaret was expected to smile, to stand tall, and to act as if she hadn't faced death to give Europe a future king. But her story wasn't unique. Across Europe, girls were traded, promised, married, and used to seal peace between kingdoms. They weren't asked. They weren't protected. They were simply expected to serve a destiny written centuries before they were born. Margaret Beaufort survived her childhood because she had to, because the world expected her to. But countless others never did. Their stories forgotten, their names erased, their suffering hidden beneath the polished surface of royal history. History remembers kings and battles, but the truth? Europe was built on the silent endurance of girls who were never treated as children at all.